Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to Crystal Lee's Chance channel. My name is Crystal Lee and welcome to another Chancer Chat. I keep doing that whole line in one breath and so far it's been paying off, but I'm even worried getting to the end of it. Chancer Chats are me talking about life topics, reflective questions, life in general, and different things that we go through, and hoping that what I talk about in my chats help bridge the mindset gap between the life you have and the life you want. And today we're talking about imposter syndrome. It's a very simple chat, but I hope it helps. So get your coffee, your tea, your water, or just put me on in the back of your head while you do some dishes. You got dishes in your sink that you need to do? Go do them. And let's get into it. So Google defines imposter syndrome loosely as doubting your abilities and feeling like a fraud. It disproportionately affects high-achieving people who find it difficult to accept their accomplishments. Many question whether they're deserving of their accolades. Imposter syndrome has gotten the best of us. From any person on this earth, they have felt it. I think I found the one thing that can defeat this seemingly undefeatable boss. I think it has helped me, and so I want to share it with you because what helps me might help other people. And the actual thing that I do, the one thing that I have done to beat imposter syndrome, is as simple as giving myself credit. Now, if you hear that little, task and you're like, all right, I got that, that makes sense, and you get it, great, I'm happy for you. However, if you heard it and you're like, bitch, what? Let me break it down for you. So a couple years ago when I arrived back home in my old apartment, I was sitting in my car for, therapeutic purposes. I think we've all have had those times where we just driven home and sat in our car for a little over an hour, I forgot what happened that day and I don't really remember what was going on, but and what I was driving home from, but I do remember the feeling of inadequacy creeping over me like it normally does randomly when I'm having a good time. This feeling came often to me, and usually I let it overcome me and I just get into the headspace of it pretty much telling me that I ain't shit. This time, however, I didn't let it do that. I believe this was a time in transition for me where I was wanting more for myself. I was in the deep, dark trenches of therapy and self-improvement and really going through a shift. And this time when imposter syndrome caught me, I was ready to fight it, like off bat. I was ready, For some reason, I had the energy to fight it today. This time was different. It felt like I separated the voice from myself. Usually when it crept up on me, I let it in and it was like my voice. It was me telling me that I ain't shit. It was me telling me that I'm a bad friend, a bad coworker, a bad person in general in the world, telling me that I don't deserve anything that I have now and that you just got lucky. It's always that damn phrase, you're just lucky. When you're not lucky, you're blessed. Yes. Nicki Minaj coming in with the encouragement. This time I separated the voice from myself and I treated it like it was a passenger in my car that was getting hella disrespectful, and I was like, not in my car. And what I did was just like, no, what you're saying isn't true. What you're saying is not true about me. That's basically what it was. I was like, no, I'm actually a pretty good person. But besides that, I just kept going. I kept going with that kind of like combative sentencing out loud. The main point of this is I was talking aloud to myself. I started breaking down my life and my accomplishments from when I was younger to the accomplishment I can remember to where I was then, which was about 25. I was like, no, I'm actually a good person. I have a lot of accomplishments. I was once the captain of the tennis team, step team. While I was in high school, I put myself through college. I worked 2 jobs. I was tired, but I did it. I worked myself through college and I graduated summa cum laude. I graduated with honors. I was in the honors program. I graduated with honors. When stuff got dark, I worked my way through it. I took myself to therapy to work on myself when no one else told me to. I was like, I took my ass to Ireland, Portugal, Spain, like all these things unprovoked, all by myself, by my lonesome. I did that. I got my own home. I got my own car in my name with no one's help. Like I just kept kind of yelling at this person in my car about the accomplishments that I've had and how what they were saying just wasn't true. I gave myself credit for every accomplishment that I have had up until that point. I was proud of where I am, and I'm proud of what got me to that. And I say this definitive statement, and it may make people angry or it may make people feel good about themselves, but here it goes anyway. Where you are right now is the sum of the decisions that you have made up until this point. And if you're looking around at your life and you don't feel too good about it, sorry if this statement makes you feel like a victim. And if you're looking at your life at this moment and you feel really good about it, good, I'm happy, because when you realize that your life is really your responsibility and every choice that you have made has had a consequence, whether a good consequence or a bad consequence, it all tallies up to where you are now. A lot of people can point the finger at so-and-so's actions, but at the end of the day, a choice you made had that, action, a choice you made had that consequence, so on and so forth. When it comes to imposter syndrome and not thinking that you deserve where you are now or what you have now, that you're doubting your accomplishments, your talents, your abilities, your capabilities, whatever, you can beat it simply by giving yourself credit for getting you here, because without the decisions you have made, without the actions that you have taken, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here. It's so simple, and it's something that doesn't just happen once, because you continue to level up in your life and you continue to be faced with things you haven't done yet and that you question if you can actually do. You are faced with different life choices that you have to make that's new for you to make. So you don't just do this exercise once. You do it over and over again as you grow, and it helps you grow more. So the exercise that I want you to do right now is I want you to think of something that you've been doubting yourself on. Like get a piece of paper, get a pen, and write the question above of something that you've been doubting yourself about. So it can be like, can I really quit my job and work for myself full time? Can I really make this big move, whether it be an apartment or a home or to a new state, to a new job opportunity, whatever? Can I really get this job opportunity? Whatever you're doubting, put it in a form of a question and put it on top of your paper. And then from there, I want you to write down every accomplishment that you have made up until this point. Write down every decision or action that you have made or taken that you are proud of up until this question. Remember how you felt doing these things. Even remember the doubt that you held at that point for that certain action or accomplishment. Remember that doubt and remember how you still did it. Encompass it. I want you to put all your 5 senses into this. I know I said 5 senses. I don't know how you can smell it, but you know what I mean, right? After you have written down everything you could about the certain actions or accomplishments that you have had or made up until this point, I want you to loom back over to that question, say it aloud, and then say yes. Whatever the question was, say yes right next to it. You can say, yes, you can do this thing. Yes, you can accomplish this thing. Yes, you can make this move. Yes, you can take this job. And the yes is for all the things that you have done before that question. Do this as many times as you need to whenever you are doubting yourself or questioning another move on your path or your purpose. Do it even with the simplest things, like, can I get a dog? Can I be responsible for a dog? I mean, you've survived. You taking care of yourself until now. Maybe the answer is yes. Please go through the exercise. Don't take my word for it, because taking care of another living being outside yourself can be very difficult. But that's the one thing that I've done to beat imposter syndrome, and it's been so funny and fun, because if I take myself out of my body and watch me as I'm telling off of this doubt, this voice, this person that I've made out of this doubt, I'm like, no, actually you're wrong. No, I've done this, that, the third. No, I'm actually a really powerful person. How dare you say that I can't do this? When you do this exercise, it gives you more power. I hope that this quick talk and this quick exercise helps you with whatever doubt you are dealing with, or whatever imposter syndrome stage that you are dealing with. I think imposter syndrome can make the best of us feel small and feel disempowered, and it's not fair. It's really unfun. It's not enjoyable. If you have another exercise that you personally do aside from this that helps you whenever the doubt creeps in, whenever imposter syndrome takes hold of your life that you want to talk about and tell someone and encourage others, please comment down below. I want this to be a community of people who are just encouraging others to take their chance at life and make it the best they can when it comes to these topics. So please, I'm allowing you to give your advice down there as well. This community will be growing and I am so excited for it. When you take the chance to give yourself credits for the life that you have created up until this point, it gives you a chance to really understand that your life is your responsibility and that it's in your hands. And it also helps you understand that you can do pretty much anything you want, because it all takes little accomplishments that build up to these big accomplishments. And that is fucking beautiful. Until the next chat, bye.